Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Form of Therapy. This is the Culture study where I react to K-pop music videos and give you my thoughts as a lifelong K-pop fan and as a Korean American video producer. My name is ChecK PD, and today we're back with another HYOLYN reaction. HYOLYN is back with another summer song. I'm assuming just because 'tis the season, she is the summer queen, and it's HYOLYN. This time, her video is called ChecK. I don't know what to expect, but let's go ahead and check it out together. No subs, okay. I'm immediately sold on the song, at least. I don't even care. Oh, this is a nasty beat. Oh my god.
If your body on D, give him attitude. Make it pop, make him hot till it matter you. Gotta keep him begging on his knees for the edible. See your eyes, blue jeans, skin tight. I know you love to slide over here. Wrap your arms around me all night. Play the game and you could be mine. So if you wanna find me, I've been sitting pretty with my girls. Check. Oh, my hair to my nails.
This might be one of my favorite HYOLYN tracks. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Song's a banger. Song's a 10. Song's a solid 10. Honestly, I'm going to give the music video like a really, really solid 9.5. I think it is just exquisite. In fact, I have to give it up for the direction. The music video director, I think, did a really great job with what looks like a pretty low budget. The camera itself, I would say, is probably, it's adequate, but in terms of some of the shots that I saw, like there was a shot where like the highlights were completely blown out. So I think compared to even some of HYOLYN's previous music videos, it kind of doesn't hold up visually. Like something like Wait. I feel like Wait really raised my standards in terms of music video aesthetics for HYOLYN. And then Shoddy, which I did not react to necessarily. The song wasn't really my vibe, but also wasn't a fan of the music video. I felt like the video there, it felt very digital. It didn't look cinematic. It didn't look like, well, what an immersive cinematic music video experience feels like. It felt like a very just a very digital video. And the best way to describe that is, I mean, there is a saying, which is, it's not about the camera, it's about the person behind the camera, which is very, very true. But it's also about a lot of other different factors. And I just felt like Shoddy, everything was fine, other than like, I felt like the lighting was not really my taste, as well as just the digital look of that video itself that the camera was causing was not really my taste. Here, I think it's a lot better. I just think that there is one shot in particular where, it kind of doesn't get away with it. But for the most part, it looks fine. I do think, though, even though I can tell this is a low budget video, it's really well edited. I think the direction that the video moves, where they time some really fun, snappy edits, and then the ideas that they have, even for those edits, the only thing you can make up for with a low budget is more effort. And more effort will get you sometimes so much more further than money. And so I really want to praise this video for some of the really, really extra effort and fun ideas that they had that really, I think, accentuated the song. The song is hot. The song is, I say this as someone who is perpetually stuck in the mid-2000s, specifically for mid-2000s R&B pop, both in the Western realm and in the K-pop realm. I grew up, for those of you anyone who's like a second gen stan, I grew up personally obsessed with Changwook, Seven, and Rain. And if you understand those three clinical references, you will understand my taste in pop music. I like really, really nasty, minimalistic, acoustic R&B beats. And on the Western hemisphere, that would be like a lot of Nelly's stuff. Not Nelly Furtado, but the rapper Nelly. I loved a lot of Nelly stuff. Hot in Here, Country Grammar, Dilemma, like that kind of stuff was the kind of R&B stuff I was into. Neo, stuff like that. And so the moment I heard that ba 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 ba, that beat, that hook, I was immediately in. But then this song does some really, really beautiful things in its production that I was also just as equally obsessed with, which I didn't notice at first because I was kind of focused on the visuals of the video. And then suddenly I was like, wait a minute, what am I hearing? And then it was gorgeous. So I got to listen to it again. And I also just want to praise elements of this video again. So let's just watch it again. Missing. Have you seen her? God damn. That was hard.
Hush, starting from afar, you must have a crush. Look all you want, but don't you dare touch. Seems like you're on a mission. I'm your victim.
So first off, one thing I really like here is, while they do cut between, largely it is a oneer. Shooting a oneer is a great solution to always a low budget video. Always, always. You just have to execute it really well. But a oneer is always a great idea. One thing that I really like is right here. Hold on. Let me just show before we tell.
Don't you dare touch. Seems like you're on a mission. I'm your victim. Keep on wishing.
One thing I really like about that oneer is just how clean it is. The gimbal work, everything about it. But if you look at the set where they filmed this entire video, it's a studio lot somewhere. So none of the, like, this is not a real city. This is not a real town. This is a studio lot that they rented somewhere, which is probably where a lot of the money went. But by utilizing this and utilizing the oneer shot, it makes it feel more kind of like a musical. kind of gives a little bit of a musical, theatrical sort of aesthetic to it. So I think the idea of a oneer is both budget friendly, but also really suits the location aesthetic.
Touch seems like you're on a mission. I'm your victim. Keep on wishing. Please, gonna take a lot of work to please me. Chillin'.
One of the shots that I was you notice a little bit of you notice the stuttering a little bit. I think probably the gimbal payload was just a little bit heavy, and you can notice a little bit of the shake right there.
Take a lot of work to please me. Chillin' the reason not that easy. Only touch money happen. Boy, I'm poppin'. I got options. See your eyes, see your eyes. Blue jeans, skin tight.
This shot right here, this shot in particular right here, it's also color graded differently from the rest of the video. If you look at the tone of the music video, it's largely warm tone. And then if you look at this part of the video, it's a cool tone, which then it's the only shot in the scene where it's color graded like that. The rest of the video is all a warm tone. It will come up again. That's the exact shot and area and scene where the lights are blown out. Of course, shot in the streets of Bel Air. Yeah, so you see it right there as well, unfortunately. So this is... Man, I would straight up have just not included this shot in the video. I think the cool tone thing is... most people, unless you're picking it apart like me, will not notice. I have to imagine there had to have been some other B-roll. I think showcasing the choreo is one thing, but I think the highlights being blown out here are just too much. It's too much. And I would have just not included this because they match cut it here into this shot, which means they have footage here. And one thing I get from the editing sequence of this video, they have a really great editor. Like, their editor has a great feeling for groove and time. That's something you can't teach into music video editing. There are people who edit on time of like watching the waveform, which in my opinion is crazy. But apparently a lot of people who don't understand or who can't feel groove edit like that. But then this person, I think whoever is editing this has a great sense of groove and rhythm, because there's one edit in particular right here that I just thought was a really nice choice, even though they didn't have to. It's like almost the exact same shot right here. She's gonna dip and then do this. They cut to just a close-up of almost the exact same shot. It might even be the same take, but they might have like just done a digital zoom. But because it's the drop and you physically hear the drop go into the pre-chorus, just even having that like zoomed in edit kind of deepens the flow of the direction of the video a little bit more. And I feel like that happens throughout multiple times of this video. And I feel like which is, I think, a strength to the editing of this video. But I think that's also why they included this shot in this video. I personally, I think it's the fact that they wanted that match cut right there, and they only filmed 2 coverages for this part, and they had nothing else to refer to. It was either going to be that or just B-roll. And I think at that point, it's like a creative choice of like, do you go with like trying to fulfill the groove of the choreography, or do you want to go for aesthetics? I would have gone for aesthetics in this moment. I'm always team groove over anything else. But I think when the aesthetics are that if it had been the cool tone issue, I would have said, forego the aesthetics for the groove. The cool tone is excusable enough. But I think with the overblown highlights, especially because when you see the rest of the video, they deal with some like pretty bright highlights, but they generally timed it well enough. Like this, they shot this around sunset, so the highlights aren't too blown out, that it looks fine. But I just feel like in that scene, it's just too aggressive that, yeah.
could be mine. So if you wanna find me,
That right
I've been
there.
sitting pretty
So
with
you
my
could,
girls,
I mean, quite literally, you could,
my
even if you
hair
guys aren't into video editing or color grading, you guys can see it
could be mine.
because we're shooting on the same light. You guys can see the aggressive difference
So if you wanna find
of the color grading, right? It's almost like I feel like these were shot with two different cameras, which then only confuses me to all the more.
I've been sitting pretty with my girls, check. Oh, my hair to my nails, check. Looking hotter than hell, check.
I be sitting with my girls, check. It's like a checklist. What does she say? I be sitting with my girls, check.
My hair to my nails, check.
My hair to my nails, check.
Looking hotter than hell, check.
Looking hotter than hell, check.
Whoa, I've been sitting pretty with my girls, check. Oh, search it up for you, well, check. If you kiss, you can't tell, check. Whoa, I've been sitting pretty with my girls.
That was a really interesting.
Kiss, you can't tell, check.
This is a really great simple transition. That was interesting. So they cut to a close up.
I've been
She walks off screen. Then we cut to here. Same thing of her walking just to the car. It's one of the most simple edits, simple match cut. It just, what with the wide shot and then zooming in, it just suddenly whips you into the car. But just match cutting like that, I think it makes the music video feel alive. And once again, it feeds into the idea of it feeling like more of a musical, like we're traveling around the music video rather than just intercutting through random moments, which again makes the video feel alive. So just fantastic.
girls, what you wanna do? If
Just the girls and then into the car.
you're on T, keep him at it too. Make it pop, make him hot till him mad at you. Gotta keep him begging on his knees for the edible. See your
And they broke an interesting rule, which I mean, it's not really a hard rule in music videos. It's more so in films and such. But typically, I guess no. I was gonna say they broke the 180 rule, but I don't think they did. It's when you shoot from side to side, you only shoot from technically one side. But I would say this is fine. This is more so in front. I just love that they went into the car during like this whisper portion that she's doing, so it sounds a lot more intimate. And then when you're in the car, it's a bit more intimate and claustrophobic.
what you wanna do? If your daddy on T, keep him at it too. Make it pop, make him hot till him mad at you. Gotta keep him begging on his knees for the edible. See your eyes, blue jeans.
So okay, two things that I love. I forgot to talk about this part. This is when I started noticing it. The pre-chorus, the vocal driven pre-chorus is gorgeous. The ooh in the back is one of the most beautiful things about this song.
On his knees for the edible. See your eyes, blue jeans, skin tight. I know you love to slide over here. Wrap your arms around.
Because it sounds like it could be an instrument. It sounds like it could just be like a synth of some kind. But I swear I'm hearing at the beginning of it, there's a slight tinge, and it might be HYOLYN's voice of Hyun go, ooh, like I hear like a slight ooh, like I don't know. You guys tell me if you think that's a vocal part or if that's a synth, but I think it's her vocals.
See your eyes, blue jeans, skin tight.
Okay, so then visually also what I like.
For the edible. See
So central parking system, they're just dancing in front of this set right here. One thing I really like is, as I said, it's a low budget video. It is what it is. But then I think one of the things that keeps this scene fresh and interesting,
see your eyes,
from the close up, we go to her close up, and then when we cut to the wide, it's a different shot.
jeans, skin tight. I know you.
It's not just a different shot. It's the same scene, just a different outfit, different hairstyle. I love that.
Love to slide over here.
It's like such a drastically different look too. And honestly, I think one of the things that works for that switch up is the fact that
I know you.
so one thing you're going to notice with lower budget material is the fact that fighting against lighting is one of the biggest bullshits that you have to deal with. And so unless you have a healthy budget where you can afford daylight lighting, which is crazy expensive, you're going to have to deal with shadows. And if you notice, the shadow is vastly different where if you, let's say, well, you're going to use the door as a frame of reference, the shadow stops at, let's say, a little bit of the door on the left. And then here you see that the shadow, it's later on in the day. It's way later on in the day. The shadow has way past that door, all the way over to that other side of the wall. So the lighting is completely different. And because of the lighting being completely different, the color grading is also completely different. The color grading, it's a little bit colder here, or at least it looks a little bit colder here because there's less shadow here. The color grading's very similar, but it just looks different because of the shadowing. This scene looks technically warmer. And I don't know if they accounted for that, if they did that on purpose. But them wearing the purple, I think only makes the scene look like it makes it pop. So then like one scene looks colder and then it immediately pops in the next scene, but it's the exact same set and scene. So I feel like that's like it keeps this scene entertaining while kind of utilizing the lighting constraints of the video.
I know you love to slide.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Game time.
I just noticed that choreo movement because I thought at first that's just how HYOLYN's pants looked, her jeans looked, that it was a fashion choice. But no, all the dancers are, I guess, like extending that part. But then HYOLYN is like doing a body wave and the dancer behind her is extending the waistband. That's really interesting.
Over here, wrap your arms around me all night. Play the game and you could be mine. So if you wanna find me, I've been sitting pretty with my.
Another great transition of her walking away, shots of the feet going to the purse set. Because of that, it's a lot more dancing on HYOLYN and her dancers. It's a lot more effort just because it's low budget. They're getting away with, rather than simple beauty shots with like nice lighting and stuff like that, they just have to have creative ideas getting around things like that to keep the video fresh and interesting. If I don't know, I would say like this is a modest budget video. I can imagine a different team, maybe if the artist doesn't want to do that much work, they did not have to do the set with HYOLYN in the purple, and then they just have her dancing in this set right here. Had they not had that purple outfit to cut between, and that's why I'm saying like that previous blown out lighting scene I was taking issue with. That's why I feel like they kept it to make it feel bigger, to have something to cut between. When you don't have something to cut between, that's what makes it really feel low budget. It's just like, oh, you don't have enough coverage. Cutting between the same set and same dance scene does not work often. It works if it's like depending on the set and depending on the song, but in a song like this, they had to put in more work. And I both appreciate that from HYOLYN's perspective and her dancer's perspective, but also from the video team for doing that. See, this is a completely completely different outfit. She comes up, but then she's wearing a different outfit. Different outfit. It's a complete different look too. So they had to shoot once in that look and then do it again. And so I appreciate the work put in. I appreciate the effort.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Boy, if you really wanna find me, I've been sitting pretty with my girls. Check. Don't write checks that you're asking cash. Check.
Even that right there. That first bit of just check.
If you really wanna find me, I've been sitting pretty with my girls. Check. Don't write.
She's literally saying, I be sitting pretty with my girls. Check. Quite literally, just those two shots. That framing, that setup, that outfit is, I think, never brought up again in the video. Nope. Just a cool shot. And the fact that it's a new outfit, it's a new scene, and adding that check again gives you that slight little extra dopamine hit.
Checks that you're asking cash. Check. Don't write checks that you're asking. I've been sitting pretty with my girls. Check. Oh, search it up for your check. If you kiss,
Got
you
the
can't tell.
I just noticed they've got the busted fire hydrant look going on. I feel like they needed an extra hose. I feel like the water doesn't catch as strong. Like the stream is it's a little weak. I feel like a really strong, either it needed a bigger, stronger stream or a secondary stream on the left side. I think kind of like creating like a crossing bridge, I think would have accentuated it. But that is a really, really, really well-made video for, as I said, budgetary restraints. The song, goddamn, that song, oh my goodness, is it's awesome. I think it is one of my favorite, like on a personal level, one of my favorite HYOLYN tracks since, to this day, and still is, the undefeated CC. HYOLYN's CC to me is not just my favorite song from HYOLYN, it is one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. 바다 보러 갈래, babe. The synths in that song, it lives in my head rent free. Bum, 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 bum. Anyways, and so, like, you know, I know, you know, there's stuff like Wade. I know there's stuff like Dali. I know people love Dali. On a personal level, I like those songs, but they're not like personal jams of mine. I like the much more, I don't know, CC, I suppose, is the best way to put it. And nothing has ever really come close to CC for me across all of these years. But I would say this one comes close to CC. It is still second place to me, to CC. CC will forever be in my heart, and I still wait for the day if it is ever even possible for HYOLYN to even top CC. She might have just created the perfect song with that. But yeah, that's how much I love this song. It comes close to one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. Also one added, I think, little aspect I like is the wardrobe. Everyone is wearing like these bright red heels, and HYOLYN is also wearing red heels, but hers are like maroon. Hers are like everyone's is like a brighter shade of red. Hers is a darker shade of red. Love that. Love that slight little touch. Woo. All right, that is HYOLYN's ChecK. Let me know what you guys thought about the song and the music video in the comments down below. That was very fun, and I think I'm really, really impressed by the video team, because, as I said, I can see the budget constraints, and yet I see the creative workaround. I see how much love and effort was put into it, not just by HYOLYN, but by the crew at large. Because I think it's really, I don't know. I don't want to say it's easy to produce a good video, but it's easier to produce a good video with a lot of money. And it is harder to produce a good video with less money. It's always hard to produce a good video, but it is just a little bit easier when you have more money. But this one had less going for it. And, you know, it does have a little bit more of that digital cinematic film look that is a little bit closer to digital than it is more like a movie. But that's also just a camera sensor thing. Like this is probably shot on something a bit more budget friendly. Even then, it's probably still an expensive camera, but, you know, K-pop music videos are like shot on like RE cameras, and those are like 100K type cameras, like $100,000 type cameras. This was probably somewhere between like 6 to 20,000 between that. So it's still, I think, really well done. So I really want to just express my love for the video team. With that in mind, thank you for tuning into my reaction. If you enjoyed this, hey, I'd appreciate it if you left a nice little comment down below, just telling me what you think about the song and the video. And if you don't mind, consider liking the video over here on the left-hand side. And speaking of the left-hand side, if you want to see more reactions from me, if you want to tune in to some bonus reactions, I do react to more things over on my Patreon, patreon.com/formatherapy, in the link down below. I react to variety content, K-dramas, album listening parties, animes, and survival shows. So if any of that interests you, hop on over to our Patreon. Of course, you don't have to support the channel monetarily. Liking the video, leaving a comment, those things help. If you're new to the channel, or if you haven't done it yet, please consider subscribing. I'll have a button for you right here. You'll be notified when I upload a new video. And consider checking out some of my other videos in the upper hand corners as well. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.